Okay. Here we have what is called a Gundam Unicorn. I don't understand how that's a unicorn because it has two horns. This one is actually a version of it that is available only at 7-Eleven in Japan. This was like a 7-Eleven color, and then I went ahead and actually painted other parts of it that were green, just to make it look better. I'm still probably going to do even more of it in green. But now I'm also going to fuck it up. Why? Why would I fuck it up? Well, because I'm weird like that. And how am I going to fuck it up? Well, I'm going to fuck it up with this. Bam! This is a giant bootleg model. Yeah, you can tell it's bootleg Gundam because, well, straight off the bat, it says right there, the band model, instead of Bandai. You know, so unless that's like some, I don't know, some kind of weird licensing thing, that's probably bootleg, I'm guessing. God, and you know what? I really don't even like this model. Oh God, I burped. Anyway, for one thing here you have, look at the name of this. RXO and Unicorn blah, 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 O2 Banshee Norn Destroy Mode Full Psycho Frame Prototype Mobile Suit. Jesus fucking Christ. So pretty much what this guy is he's like a psycho exploded version of this guy. I mean, this guy, like, first off, it does start as a unicorn. I've never watched the anime, but I do know that this guy does not look like this originally. He has one single horn coming up, and all these plates that are open up, showing energy underneath, are not on that model. And I guess this is like the upgraded version, and this is like another upgraded version, because, you know, Gundam can never just leave one guy alone these days, can they? But yeah, I really don't like this. So why the fuck do I have it? Well, this guy has black, or rather really, really, really dark blue armor. And it happens to be the same armor that this guy has. Now, I'm not saying that the white there is not awesome. It is. But in the interests of being OCD, I'm going to swap all the colors that are white on this over into the dark blue and vice versa. Yeah, I really don't like this because, Jesus, I mean, here you have a nice shield, right? You know, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. It's cool. And then, here's his shield here, and it's like, it looks like it got hit with like a fucking Michael Bay grenade. It's like, I mean, it's all like explodey looking, which is really kind of silly to me. You know, it just shouldn't be that way. So anyway, let's see what's in this box here. Stand up, you motherfucker. Another thing telling you that this is not a Bandai model is the box. I mean, this is hard cardboard. Holy shit, I just blew his guy off. Bandai models usually have really thin cardboard and better made. These ones are thick cardboard and they come unglued really easy. Okay. I just gotta fix this. This will drive me nuts if I keep staring at this. Get on there, you prick. God. Oh well, it's all coming down anyway. Okay. Enough. I'm just being silly now. So, what do we got here? You have... here's what's cool about modern Bandai models. Like, you have the first model that will come out. And then, when they start upgrading them to make them all fancy and crap, what they'll do is they'll issue the same exact model in a different color, merely adding new parts. Like, for instance, here you have, you know, the new gold parts on it. But at the same time, it still does have the old other parts. Like, for instance, you have... Oh, where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Here's the big new retarded shield that really looks ugly as sin, and really is not cool whatsoever. But because some of the parts necessary to make the model, the core of the model are present, they didn't bother taking out the parts of the old shield. So pretty much all the parts on it that I don't like on the new one can be swapped out for the old parts that were on the original model. Like, here's his original head, original shield, other stuff, and I like that. So yeah, pretty much every part on here can go into this guy. I could actually make this guy again in yellowish amber and black dark blue, but I really don't want to do that because I like bright neon green and I hate dark amber. So what this will probably end up as is this guy over here will have neon green and dark blue, and these parts here that are yellow and amber and gross and icky, I will probably rebuild a white version of this while painting all of these parts dark metallic purple. Because, why waste it, right? Kind of look like Frieza from Dragon Ball, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to fuck it up. Let's see, what else is in here? See, it really annoys me. Like, see on this guy, oh jeez. See on this guy how, see on this guy how he has a nice smooth collar here, I mean, that makes perfect sense, that looks sane. This one, it's like they just went absolutely batshit crazy. So what do? They go and remake that part, but now it has, like, teeth at the bottom. I mean, how lame is that? Why does it... I mean, I don't know. It's just a stylized version of it. It's just ridiculous. I can't get into it. And that's why I'm going to not make that ugly version at all. Now, the other thing that I notice about bootlegs, I'm curious about this because I really don't know. Here you have this. It's clear blue plastic. And as you can see, they've gotten rid of the Bandai on there. It says Daban model. But it's clear blue plastic, yet it's kind of milky in color. And I'm guessing that if this were original Bandai, that would be sparkling clear blue. And I think that part is this. Looking at this offhand, I think that the dark or the clear blue there is an effect for his gun shooting out. Yeah, that's probably exactly what that is. As I said, I never really watched the anime, so I don't know. And if you're going to correct me on that, or on anything rather, correct it for anyone else watching this, because I really don't care. I happen to just see a good Gundam model, and I'm like, I want to build that. And destroy it. Okay, I'm going to go mess it up now. Yeah, one thing I can say is it is not going to be fun at all to have to pop apart some of the parts that have been already assembled on him. That's going to be such a big fat pain in the ass. Also, as an aside, this is actually a beam sword to someone else. I believe Winning Fumina, if I'm not mistaken. And this was yellow, except I coated it in a stained glass wash green. And I just lost it down the side of the couch. Fuck. Yeah, one thing I see here that's immediately unfortunate is that this has gold plastic polycaps. Polycaps are what they call joints on Gundams these days. Yeah, I'm trying to think where these exist on the green one, which probably came in green, I'd imagine. But yeah, on a good note, I probably do have these in some excess ones, because there's always ones left over from other models, so I might actually have these in another color. So I'm not worrying about that today, though. I'm just going to change this guy's color and worry about building a white version, a white and purple version later. That's interesting. Right off the bat, it looks like, I mean, it is the same model, even though it's from a different company and it's technically a different version of a character. All the parts should be compatible, but I'm finding this one's not. Mainly, there's a little tab. Fuck. There's a little tab, and it's frankly just not thin enough. I don't know if you could see that. It's where the light's passing through. It's just not thin enough, so I'm going to have to actually cut down this one right here on the end a little bit to make it fit. I'm surprised by that. I really thought it would be 100% compatible, but it'll be compatible enough that just with a minor modification I can get it to work. I might have lobster claw strength in my freaking hands, but man, I'm still made of flesh. It takes a lot of strength for a person to pull apart Gundam models that have already been put together. Damn, that'll reform in a second. Sheesh. Yeah, taking apart Gundams is no easy matter, man. You really do have to have incredible hand strength at times. Oh, that I have, but man, that kills. One thing I'm not sure of is if the size differences I'm seeing in the bootleg dark parts compared to the white parts are, you know, because it's a bootleg or because the technology has changed. I'm guessing it's because it's a bootleg. Like, for instance, I'm trying to fit these tiny holes here, 1 and 2, into this piece here, right here and here. And what I'm finding is that the peg holes don't match. Like in this case, these are too large for these holes. And in fact, one of these pieces is actually cracked. So what I have to do is I have to whittle down and make these holes just a little bit bigger. And similarly, over here, where I'm messing with the shield, you can see that they're quite different. You have, here you have a hole on the legit part. And here you have that same hole over here. But this hole is significantly smaller than this one. Meaning, once again, I'll have to take a tiny drill bit or something, you know, with like a little hand drill, and just whittle it down on the inside to fit the pegs that normally fit into this. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's because it's a bootleg or it's just, you know, how they might have, Bandai themselves might have modified the newer release. It's hard to say. And man, I've had nothing but complexity in trying to make some of these other parts fit too. They are the same parts, but they're a little bit different. Like for instance, you have get rid of those. On this part, it's hard to explain. It fits, but it almost doesn't. Like this is popped up a little bit too far from here, and I'm really not sure how to even fix that. The differences are slight, but they're there. However, they're so slight that I'm still able to make it work. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, I kind of expected that too. I didn't think it would be a direct port from one model to the other. And it hasn't been. It certainly has not been at all. I mean, for instance, these little flanges that are on the underside of the chest piece, they fit, but at the same time, they don't fit completely. So I'll have to probably take a dot of super glue to the bottom of this to make it thicker to fit into the slot of the green part. But, you know, it is a bootleg, and it was only $20 as opposed to whatever Bandai's charging, so I can't complain. Yeah. It's cool. One thing I really hate is that at every single turn, it seems I'm running into holes that are too small. I mean, it's like here you have the back piece with a certain size hole, and again the back piece on the bootleg one, and it's just way too small. You know, I hate to say it, I'm half tempted to actually take these filing bits that I have here, you know, which you can usually get on eBay or Amazon or anywhere for like just a few dollars, really very, very cheap, and put it into an electric Dremel drill. I hate to go that route because it's very possible to accidentally carve too much into something, you know. But at the same time, if I'm going to be hitting a bunch of small holes all through this model, it might be worth it. Because, frankly, rolling these things in my fingers, it really rubs your skin raw, like bad. And, yeah, I really hate that I might have to do that, but I might have to do that. Frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. Yep. This one was fun. I had to do it in 2 different points to get the shield on, and even then, it's like it's not a perfect fit. But I might even glue that on. I don't know. But it is pretty solid, though, even though I had to do such crazy modification to it. Yeah, I just really hate the idea of going the electric route because you don't have the same control as you do with these. One thing I can't put on yet that I have to thicken up is these guards right here. And the reason for that is... where did it go? Damn it. There it is. The reason is the little pegs that are sticking out through that opening are just really thin compared to the thick ones on the white one. So I'll probably have to take super glue and thicken up these 2 little pegs, because really it's not going to fit otherwise. Oh well. I knew it would be this way. Uh-oh.
Got bit, fever hit, world gone to shit, might as well quit.
Aww. I deserve every bit of that. Oh man, that was stupid of me. 3 pieces. That piece is this piece, or at least it was. This piece goes into these back hip flanges, and they slip in. Well, I better not use that one. Shit. Well, yeah. It's supposed to slip easily into a slot right there. But it does not because it's a bootleg. And I even shaved down parts of this, to make it more like the official one. And I don't even see exactly where I need to shave it because they're close, but not quite. And stupid me, I almost had this all the way on, and I decided to force it by placing the shield here and the green part here and squishing it between these 2 points. And boy, was that stupid. Because force on clear plastic that's not bootleg equals shattering. And that's what we got there. We have shattering. So, yeah, it's going to be super glue time. And, what's really unfortunate about that is this piece is really supposed to be able to swivel. Like, on these little ridges, they fit onto the back of his ass, and it makes it so it can pivot. Let me show you that.
Way to go, douchebag.
Okay, see, this piece would be attached to the hip skirt, and this piece goes in like that, and it gives it movement up and down, And now that it's shattered, that might be eliminated. But, even on the official one, it pissed me off because that movement was like almost non-existent. It was making the back parts pop off like crazy. So I might actually just leave it open a little bit And I mean, why not? Because, I mean, look at this guy. It's like part of him, or many parts of him, are already perpetually open, you know? So why not just keep going with that theme, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Balls. You know, if I had begun doing this project with the shield, I would have probably not continued. I don't know, this is pretty harsh. Unlike the other parts of the model, I mean, once again, we're running into the issue with the green plastic potentially shattering. I mean, as you can see, it's actually whited in some of the spots. But unlike the other parts, I've really severely had to do major changes to the darker parts. And I mean, here I'm just sawing away at the holes, I'm sawing away at the opening. It's getting less and less looking like the other pieces, and it is just not wanting to fit on here flush. Like, I can get it to fit on, but then this doinger here ends up kind of shooting off to the side, and to get these two to not do that, it was a pain in the ass. And even though I followed exactly how I had modified these bootleg parts to fit, this one is just so, I don't know, it's like the placement of the holes or something is kind of funky, and it's really pissing me off. It's like, maybe I would have continued trying to do the rest of it if I had started with the shield, but it's also possible I would have rolled a die in my head and been like, nope, which, you know, is very, very much a possibility. But yeah, I'm almost done. What a pain in the ass, though. It'll look cool in the end, but not without imperfections that I see immediately, because, you know, I'm the one who built it. Fun's fun, though. This thing has proven very cruel and teasing to me. It's like, on the other parts, I had to do a lot of work to get them where they are. And man, has it taken a toll as a result. I mean, you can see that they're actually different sizes because they just did not want to work right. Here's a problem I ran into that isn't necessarily about a bootleg. It's about, because this is a Bandai part, it's more about taking things apart and then trying to put them back together. The thing with Gundams these days is they have hands where, once you put them together, man, you might just as well leave them together. Like, here we got his fingering hand. You know, man, this boy knows what he's doing. No, not really. As you can see, probably not, because I don't have my macro lens yet. The meaty part of his thumb at the palm fits into a peg that is on his fingering part, and this little slot here fits into the fingers part. The unfortunate thing here is that peg is just asking to be broken, and when you have a big ass gun like this, you know, attached to it, well, that's going to happen if you try to take it apart, and that's unfortunate. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really kind of ugly just to have his fingering hand out anyway. So I might as well just attach these two parts and the back of the hand part and just glue it together with the gun in the hand, you know? Because why the fuck not? It's not like I'm ever going to use that fingering hand for any other thing. It's probably, for the entire life of this model, always going to have his gun in his hand. So yeah, makes perfect sense to just simply have it like that. So yeah, I mean, it is a model. I mean, it's not exactly a toy, except for where the polycap joints are. And frankly, there are no polycap joints right there. That's, once it's built, you've pretty much built it. You know, trying to get it apart and not break it, well, you can see the results. I'm not sure what to do here. That's the gun that comes with the normal Gundam Unicorn. You know, the normal cool one. And that's the size of the fucking one that comes with the black version. The question is, which one do I want? You know what? I think I'll stick with that one. That one's cool. Yeah, I'll stick with the one that it came with. Okay, so I said I was gonna fuck it up. I was gonna fuck this 7-Eleven Gundam up, and man, did I make good on that statement. Okay, just to recap some of the problems I had here. The clear plastic. Clearly, the clear plastic. It's probably really hard to see, but I actually had to glue. These parts on. These end fin parts, because it just was not happening otherwise. And as a result of that, let me see if I can get a good picture of that. No, probably not. But as a result of that, even though the original model has that being completely clear, I will probably, to compensate where that line right is right there, I'll paint the lower half black or dark blue. You know, just to give it a more, I always thought that was kind of silly to begin with, honestly. Because I just don't like the fact that it's not colored in. It's colored in on the back, but it's not colored in on the front, and that seems weird to me. Because it seems like the energy aspect of it would, you know, only extend so far. So I actually would prefer to paint that, believe it or not. So yeah, that was probably the major problem I had, was getting those 4 little fin parts on the shield on. Ignore that white part up there. that was something I was painting on when it was a white version. The head had to be actually super glued. The little node where the antenna fits on, that had to be super glued on, but that wasn't too bad. The main problems I really had with this were the clear plastic, as I already said. You can see here on the underside of his skirts, here and here, where the tabs meet, there was slight cracking. I mean, looking at the model at a glance, it doesn't hit you in the face, but I know it's there. And that kind of sucks. The other problem I had was, of course, the hand, which I super glued, which is not a big deal because shit. I mean, look at the thing. I mean, it's always going to be holding a gun forever and ever. These I had to thicken up a bit. I had to thicken up the bottom plates tabs in order to make it fit, and once I did, it was it was good to go. It was not bad at all. And on camera it looks really far off color, but in real life it's not so much. All in all, I'm really liking this though. I mean, God, what a pain in my fucking ballsack it was to get it to this point, but I really do like it. I think it's sexy. The only... I don't know, even the white version was pretty sexy, but, you know, everybody has the white version, and as far as I know, Bandai hasn't released one in this color scheme of neon green and dark bluish black. And, you know, even if they did, it would probably be some exclusive that costs a fucking fortune. So, holy fuck shit! What is wrong with me? Well, that was fun. So, if I were to answer the question, would I ever do this again? I would say probably not with a bootleg. Because I really had, man, oh man, did I have to drill down a lot of these parts to make them snap. I mean, it was really fucking annoying. I can't even lie, man. It was fucking annoying. I mean, me being the one who built it, I can tell where all the major complexities were. And yeah, having to drill the holes out in this, and having to drill the holes out in like making these fit, so that green didn't totally crack. I mean, there was a lot of carving and a lot of hand drilling with that little bit that I had in my hand. Thank goodness I didn't go the electric route. I probably would have totally grinded through the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it. I just have to paint that. I just have to restore that back to its original color, and yeah, I think it's sexy. I dig it. It's cool. So the 7-Eleven Gundam is now gone, but as you can see, quite a bit of parts are still left in order to make a black, dark purple, white version, which will look cool. So yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say. Yeah. One fucked up Gundam. As ordered. Well, actually, nobody ordered it. Only me.